right? Jen Cockles? Anybody?
Emily Janella, can you hear me?
All right, nice. Great. All right, well, hello everybody. In case you might not know me, my name is Tommy DeFeef, and I am Johnny's brother.
And I'm Jimmy DeFeef, Johnny's other younger brother.
No, wait, that's not right.
Which one are you?
I have a beard, right? So I already got married.
And
I think
I'm the tall one, so I'm getting married.
Yeah, right. You're not married yet. Hang on. Wait, these aren't even my notes. Hang on.
All right. Hey, let's be honest, folks. It doesn't matter who's who. We've been getting mixed up our whole lives anyway. The point is, one of the DeFeef brothers hit the lottery and married Julia today.
Hey-o!
We'd like to start off by thanking Mr. and Mrs. Dickerson for putting this whole event together. The venue is amazing. And Julia, everything you picked out has been perfect. All those long planning hours have really paid off. Johnny, well, the Bud Lights are cold, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I'd like to start off with a quick story about the lovely bride, Julia. She's really one of the most genuine and caring people that I've ever met. She always just wants to help everyone around her and make sure that they're comfortable and having a good time. And that was never more true than on April 22nd of last year. At my own wedding, maybe some of you remember that day. So we had to set up the entire venue in about 2 hours, and my wife Laura laid out about 87 different tasks for us to do in that time. So we were all just running around with our hair on fire, just going crazy. Julia showed up a good hour and a half before the ceremony, which was completely unnecessary. She could have just showed up when the ceremony started and it would have been totally fine, but that's not Julia. She wanted to get there early and help out any way she could. And most importantly, on her way to the venue, she picked up a couple of those clear plastic umbrellas that became a perfect prop for Laura and I to take our wedding photos. And now every time I look at our wedding pictures of Laura and I in the rain under the umbrellas, I think of Julia and smile. She was so helpful to us that day, and it just really meant a lot.
Yeah, Julia, she really is amazing. She's so amazing that she puts up with Johnny, my brother. So we'd like to give you some insight on what it was like to grow up with Johnny as our older brother. So we got about 27 or 30 years of complaints to go over, so it might take a while. We might need 2 vodka tonics if you can get started on that. Thank you.
I gotta say, I'm pretty shocked to be here. Hello? My microphone's good. Alright. Pretty shocked to be here today. Not really because I'm shocked that Johnny got married, which is shocking in its own way, but I'm mainly shocked that he even told me that this whole thing was going on. He doesn't really talk about his personal life with us at all. So.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go on Johnny's bachelor party a couple months ago. Got to hear all the classic high school and college stories that Johnny would never tell me. It was a good bonding experience, but I think the closest the 3 of us have ever gotten was the fateful summer of 2011. This all went down at a little place called Booz Allen Hamilton. Maybe you guys have heard of it. It's one of the premier consulting firms in the area. Believe it or not, somehow all 3 of us worked there that summer in the same building, on the same floor, with no supervision. So, JD Clampett, maybe earmuffs for this part, but we did about 15 minutes of real, actual work that summer.
Yeah, let me just take you through a normal day at the office for Johnny. We get into work and we share an office, and we make sure we close the door so that nobody would see us in there not working. Johnny would take his shoes off, he'd put his feet up on the desk and read the entire Washington Post from front to back, while we listened to every segment of the Sports Junkies all morning. And then after an extended lunch, we made sure that we got back just in time for Paul Feinbaum's SEC football radio show, and listened to that all afternoon. And then we made sure we left exactly 8 hours after we arrived that morning.
Yeah, I missed out on all that because over in my own office, I was really busy watching TV. This new thing called HBO Go had just been invented. It's really a remarkable feat of technology, but I watched the entire series of The Wire at work, all 60 episodes. The one time I actually tried to help Johnny out with something work-related. After he got over his shock, he took me to this huge walk-in closet just full of binders, full of paperwork or something, I don't know. He showed me how to update the paperwork in these binders, so he left me in this closet to finish the work. And I finish up and I go to leave and the door is locked. And I was locked in a closet at Booz Allen that day, so.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't think it, but Johnny's actually really good at giving wise advice to the two of us throughout our childhood and growing up. He's actually so good at it that he gives us the same exact advice, no matter what the situation we're going through. He lives his life whole mantra. His whole world outlook is summed up in two words. Who cares? Here's a few examples of Tommy and I coming to Johnny and getting this sage advice from him, given our predicament at the time.
Hey Johnny, I'm in 5th grade and I play left guard for St. Mary's football. I can't duct tape a neck roll to my shoulder pads, right?
Yeah, you can. Who cares? Yeah, Johnny, I don't know, man. I don't think I can just go up to this bar and order a drink. I'm 16.
What, are they gonna ID you? Who cares?
I don't know, man. I don't think I can take another 2-hour lunch break today. I think my boss is catching on to me.
Yeah, they're not gonna fire you. Who cares? I can't use your old ID. It says I'm 5'8".
Yeah, what are they gonna throw you out? Who cares?
So you're telling me you're gonna drive all the way to Alabama and go to school there?
Yeah, who cares?
All jokes aside, seriously, Johnny has always been there for us. No matter what we've needed, Johnny has always been there for us. No matter what situation we've been in, Johnny's either been there or he's known how to fix it. To his younger brothers or to his younger sister, he really is larger than life. And one of my favorite memories of Johnny was at Dogwood Park, where we spent a lot of our times, where we played St. Mary's football. And you know, when Johnny's playing in the games, all the younger kids are on the sidelines or on the side fields watching. And anytime Johnny made a good tackle or made a touchdown, you know, it was always fun to say, yes, 44 is my brother. It's always bursting with pride to say it.
Yeah, really, who cares? Johnny really was the perfect older brother for us. He was a great role model. He taught us how to be loyal. He taught us how to be cool. Just to be cool, you just do whatever Johnny did. So growing up, I never did anything until Johnny did it first. Right, yeah. That's a good point. So that even today, like I never get a bigger thrill in life than when Johnny thinks something I did is cool or think it's something I said is funny. And that actually happened just yesterday. We were into the hotel. Excuse me. Hello. Yeah, so we're checking into the hotel, and we're walking down the hallway, and Johnny just goes, "Hey, by the way," I was like, "Oh God, what was this? What's happening here?" And he goes, "Hey, by the way, what do you put in your hair? You think I can get some of that tomorrow?" And I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute. Johnny thinks my hair is cool." And it was pretty much the greatest thing that's happened to me in the last 2 months. I would say longer, but my son was born 2 months ago. But I mean, it's still, birth of a first child, Johnny thinking my hair's cool, like, it's a toss-up, it really is. So yeah, I think all the qualities that Johnny taught us growing up is what made him a perfect brother for us, is what's also going to make him a perfect husband and partner for Julia throughout their lives together. Johnny isn't one to show a lot of emotion. I think anyone in our family can attest to that. This is the guy that came home and found our family dog dead. Calmly took her outside, buried her, let everybody know she was dead via text, very matter-of-factly. R.I.P. Jesse. He's not a big "I love you" guy. He doesn't say that all the time. And that's why I was so shocked to see the way he was acting around Julia last year at Jimmy's wedding. Yeah. Being very affectionate, right? Putting his hand around her, kissing her on the cheek. And I saw this and I almost passed out. First time I've ever seen Johnny act like that. And at that point I knew it was only a matter of time before we'd be at their wedding. And Julia, she's kind of cracked the code and unlocked that, sweet, sensitive side of Johnny that we all knew was there. She's beautiful and she's kind. She's willing to hang out with the DeFee family for extended periods, even if that means sleeping in the bunk bed room with 3 other guys and no ventilation.
Oh my God.
They really do make the perfect couple. So we'd like everyone to please raise a glass. Johnny and Julia, we love you. And we wish you a lifetime of happiness. So here's to the new Mr. and Mrs. John L. DeFee IV.
Love you, bro.